Hi Steve.
Dr Reddy.
Welcome back. So how long has it been now?
2.5 years.
2.5 years, wow. So let's have a quick run through. The procedure was done in September 2016. How have things been since?
Massive, changed my life.
But the big question is, are you doing anything to preserve your hair?
I take vitamins,
Okay.
a few a day now, and I use like a special shampoo. It's probably all placebo effect, but I still don't use like Head and Shoulders and stuff. I use a proper like a watermelon one for your hair. I don't use a towel to brush my hair out. I used to. I literally naturally let it dry itself, or I blow dry it sometimes.
Okay.
That's about it. Yeah. I treat my hair like an expensive car or something.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now the three things I like to emphasize is try not to wash your hair with hot water, super hot water, and ideally try to soften the water. If you get a water softener, even better. And I'm a big fan of non-SLS shampoos. Any SLS free shampoos, like the whole organic shampoos, they're perfect. And a lot of people try and traumatize wet hair. Again, I'm not a big fan of it. So try not to traumatize wet hair. Dab it dry naturally, and then you can blow dry and style.
Yeah.
Wax and stuff on balance is okay, but again, try not to block your pores. So as long as you use your wax on the tips of the shafts and style it.
So I normally just push it in there.
Indeed.
I don't, because when you whack it in there, it pulls as well.
Indeed.
And I'm afraid of pulling it out. So
No. I think from my experience, these hairs should last at least for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
But what we are not in control is your existing hair.
Yeah.
I think big life events can cause a lot of stress on your hair, and it can actually damage some of your existing hair. I think two things from my end I'd like you to consider would be a minoxidil. Comes as a 5% lotion called Regain, over the counter, from evidence, minimal side effects if any. You might have a bit of a topical reaction, something like a bit of redness, a bit of itchiness. Other than that, no long-term side effects. The other medication I'd like to touch base is Finasteride. It's a difficult one, you see. I think I've been on it for more than 20 years now, and there have been spells where I've come off it, not because I wanted to, but life takes over. You forget a month's prescription and another month's prescription, and I genuinely felt my hair was getting weaker. So I think your call, as long as you feel your hair loss is stable, that's the key thing. And I think one thing we were exceptionally cautious was not to over harvest the donor as well. So on balance, we have kept majority of donor hair at the back. So there's always option of future work, which again I'd like to avoid. So let's have a closer look as well to see what else is happening there. Wow, this is taken up really well. The angles are perfect. And my recollection is, and also looking back at the pictures, I don't see you've lost a lot at the back. But again, sometimes it's always safe to, rather than be sorry in the end. So I think on balance, my advice would be for you to consider minoxidil. Finasteride, you can always wait, and there's always an option of using a derma roller. I probably advise you to get a 1mm derma roller, a few rolls on your scalp, so that opens up the pores, and then apply the Regain.
Is that little roller you can use on your beard as well? I've literally ordered one for my
Have
beard.
you?
Yeah,
perfect.
Just to see if I can grow it.
Yeah. So now, in a way, I think for us the key thing is anything you do, the time and money you spend, I want this to last the distance. So I think I'll be heartbroken if I see you back in 4 or 5 years where you lost a little bit at the back and it doesn't look the same.
I think I got lucky because I didn't shed either. So
you didn't shed at all?
No,
oh, okay.
And I got a bonus there. I was well over the moon.
Fantastic.
Going to work. I didn't shed at all. Fantastic. So no one even knew I got a hair transplant until
Fantastic.
I kept explaining to them, oh yeah, I've done a hair transplant. So
Fantastic.
I was one of the lucky seeds.
Fantastic. I think the take-home message would be try and preserve your existing hair, because I think the transplants, we are convinced, the way I extract, you saw, we take our time. This procedure could have been done in 4 or 5 hours. We literally took nearly 20 hours.
Yeah, 2 days on it.
Indeed. So the objective was to make sure, you don't traumatize the graft on the way out, you don't traumatize the graft on the way in, and also make sure you angle it in a way where it looks almost like your existing hair, and B, never to traumatize your existing hair. So from our end, there's quite a lot of meticulous attention to detail that's gone in.
I liked how natural it looks, because most people get like a dead straight.
It's not too aggressive.
Yeah, mine looks sort of natural to the eye.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I think the dilemma we had was, I think you were trying to convince us to push a bit lower, but I'm glad I talked you out of going lower.
Yeah, because it would have looked a bit too fake then, wouldn't it?
The objective would be to balance the face in a way where till maybe even in your 50s, 60s, it has to look natural. No point going so low that it ends up messing up the facial contouring, you see.